Okay, guys, so first things first, I grabbed gloves. The reason behind the gloves is I have to set up my sterile field, which I like to I'm gonna set up before I go have my shower with all of my things on it. So let's do that. All right. So I have okay, guys. So I start off with. Trying to figure out which way I want to do this. I'm sorry. So I have my IV bag. I've already cut it open. I just have not removed it yet. I take that, sit it over here off to the side on the bed, and then I have my suitcase that is here that I keep all of my supplies in, or the majority of my supplies in. So I'm going to pop this open, and as I do that, what you see on top is my infusion pump, and what I'm looking for is these are bandages. I'll be needing those. The pump, one of the pumps, one of many. I will need one of these. And I said I need at least two of these. One I like to put fluids in, and then for flushing or whatnot. This is for the IV bag. IV stuff here. So let's set up this field. First things first, I need to get this. These. And I like to put, though it's me piercing my own body, I like to set this field up. Just because I have over here off to the side a bag where I collect all of the debris that is about to be created from what I'm about to do. So I open this up first, take this, and I set it up on my bed. Anywhere. I don't really care what's underneath, because what's underneath really doesn't matter. It's what's on top. Alright, and then, since this has already been prepped, I like to take it out, sit it onto my field, and I'll be doing something with that shortly. So my lactate ringer is now in my field. I take my tubing that goes to the lactate ringer, pop it open, take the debris off of it. I like to take that and put it on my sterile field. Then I take my syringes. I pop that open, but I do not take it. I take it out, put it on, and then one comes out and goes on. One comes open, but does not come all the way out. So this doesn't have to go on the sterile field, but it does go off to the side, because I'll be using that to add in a flush. Take one of these bits, and this is a bit that is called a lure lock connector. It allows me to connect my sterile syringe to my Hyzendra syringe to pull that medicine out to a syringe that will actually fit inside of this pump, which is also going to go on my field. Okay, so I open this up, I drop it on here, on the field, and then I take the remaining ones, close this off, and then I'm going to put this along with this back in my suitcase, And while I'm in here, I dig around. I get one small syringe because it has, I'll use the syringe filled with fluids in order to do my push and pull on my port to make sure I'm in the proper site. The needle I use to, if need be, to access vials, but I may not have a vial, which means this needle will not be used, but it goes off to the side, not in my sterile field, but off to the side. I have all these pre-packaged, so I know this is my needle that goes into my chest port. I put that off to the side. I take one. And then I need, this is my fours, this is my other stuff. This has fours in it. And I take out my sub-Q infusion kit. This one happens to have 4 needles that I'll be using today. So I'll open this up and place it on my sterile field. I normally take these out because I never use them, but ironically, my older sister does not like me throwing things away, and so she tells me to save them for her because she'll use them if she needs to. So I just take those and put them in a separate baggie, and then I put them back in a case out of the way. Close that up, put that back. And I close this one up, put this away. Then I have my flow tubing set, which I'm taking out. This is 2400. That just regulates the flow. This is what that looks like. I take this. Normally it's harder for me to get into this one, so I just rip the baggie this way. This lock goes, I open it, and I put it on my sterile field. Packaging, of course, it goes in the trash. And then I lock away extra, put it back, and then the irony is I like to keep everything organized in little baggies that my pharmacist, when they sent everything, they send it pre-packaged in the baggies, but I consolidate everything into baggies even more so. Alright, so I think that's everything I need. Tubing, pump, tubing. Oh, I need to go grab the medicine, and then I need to grab IV 3000. This happens to be the only brand of stuff that I happen to not, bandaging that I'm not, I repeat, not allergic to. So I normally have to take out 4 of these that are going to go onto, my sterile field. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What I like to do is I like to open them over the sterile field one by one and deposit them without the outer wrapping onto the sterile field so that there's less stuff here. So that way it's on there and ready to go. So yeah. Okay, and then I need to take out 2 bandages. One is for after. I don't bother opening this one because I don't need it open until Actually, this doesn't even have to go on the sterile. It can go off to the side. And then I have this one, which goes on top of my port, which is a longer one. And I'll show you what I do with that when I go in and insert my line. I'm not very good at keeping this camera on myself, clearly. All right, so woo, that is away. This is a lot of the trash that was created so far. And there's going to be plenty more because I still have to set up the IV drip and get it together. And I like to, again, get that all done before, I like to get it prepped before I actually do my shower. Because once I come out of the shower, it's the best time, fresh out, fresh sterilized skin. It's the perfect time to break into my port because it's clean and it's sterilized. So now I'm going to remove the suitcase since I've put everything that I need to put in there. I'm going to take this out and put it on the floor for just in case if I need to gather, like if I've forgotten anything, I can always go there. So then I'll take these items, this, place it off to the side. And I'm going to take a bigger syringe and place it off to the side because one of the things that I need to do now before I go do anything else is set up my pump for fluids. And I'm going to go and do that now. Again, I like to do this stuff with gloves, but I'm going to do, it's my own body, but I'm going to grab my Hyzentra, which is here. And I am going to open each individual box, placing this, what's inside, on to my sterile field. I am going to plug in, forgot, cotton balls I need. I don't put them on my sterile field, and I have alcohol for sanitizing purposes that I don't put in. I will plug in and then change. Sorry guys. I will plug in and then change my I will put in and change my okay. Sorry. All right, that was a little stupid. This is now on. And now I'm going to move on to this. So for this, I'm going to eject this out. It's going to come on. And it's going to set itself up, establish itself, make sure that's in a happy little place. And then I'm going to tell it, hey, I got to load an IV. I'm going to say yes. It's going to pop my door open, and I'll leave that door open as I now come over here, sorry, I'm gonna place this camera back down. I take these gloves off because I've touched the cables and such, and I will toss them for trash. I will get a fresh set of gloves, and I'll press another fresh set of gloves here, and I will take another set of gloves. I like to have 2 sets on the sterile field, so these go here. So I have 2 sets of gloves that go to my sterile field that I prefer to put there, and I just use the gloves to put them there. And now I'm putting them completely on. Remember I told you my IV baggie is on the field. So I will take this cable and I will get it out and untangled, which I tangled it. So I'm going to untangle it I do this every time. I'm going to untangle this. And my machine will alert to me, letting me know, hey, your door is open. And I am still trying to untangle this because I opened it the wrong way. Usually it doesn't create such a drama, but this is creating a little bit of a drama for me. All right, this is now untangled, and then I will take this, I will twist, I will put the trash off to the side, I will take this piece, uncap it, take it, and put it inside the lactator ringer, which is my fluid of choice, because I'm actually, ironically, allergic to normal saline, or hypersensitive, whatever. It makes my throat close up, so I call it an allergy. And then as I've done this, I will go to the other end. I will put it the correct way up until I can get fluids coming down to here. And then once I get the fluids to here, now I'll stop it. And that is my preload. Alright, so once I got the preload, I come over to the IV station. I place the bag here, and then I take the rest of the cable that is going to dangle. I take the part that I need, I angle it towards the bed, and then this part I am going to try my best to get it placed inside of here. There's only one way for it to go in, but I go ahead and insert this into the machine and make sure that it's good. And then I close the door. Until it shuts, I tell it to cancel on the alarm, and then it'll tell me the IV change activated, keep roller clamp closed until prompted, and then it's gonna kind of run a little bit, but you can see there's bubbles that I'll deal with a little bit later. So it asks me if I want to prime. I say no because I've already pre-primed it, and then I'm going to hit off for now, because I have to go take my shower. That's pretty much my setup. Only thing I still have left to do that I haven't done yet is place some meds, the Hizentra, onto my sterile field, which are these. And I do that by simply opening up all of the packaging ahead of time, and then I open each kit. These are, some of my stuff is pre-filled. I have a few that still aren't. I haven't used up the ones yet. And then this goes in here. I twist, and this is my big pre-fill. That's the 10 gram. And then here's another 10 gram. I have to do a total of 26 grams every 2 weeks of the Hizentra. Again, like I said, this creates a lot of trash, but it is what it is. I'm not Key West right now. I am in St. Vincent. And so as I'm looking at it, as I take it out, I actually do inspect the color. I make sure that the color isn't any color other than clear. I make sure that there's no yellow to it, and I attach the base and I place it in my sterile fill. My new ones are these little baby ones. These baby ones are the reason why I need the coupler and why I need the joiner, the bigger syringe. And that's because I have to, this connects to here like so, and then I connect it to this. I take this and put it into this syringe, and that allows me to put it into the pump because the pump does not adapt to this size syringe. So then that's my 2, and then here is my 4. This is new for me. Gotten this the last go round, which is the syringe for the 4. I had the other ones, but this one is new. Alright, so then I open this one, and again, this requires a coupler to the bigger syringe. What I will more than likely do is I will mix, because I always do, I'll take the 2 and the 4 and I'll put them into the bigger syringe because they're less in volume and they can be mixed. And it's easy to put them both into the bigger syringe. So I'll take this, put it into the bigger syringe with the other one. And again, like the other ones, it just connects here. I inspect the color, make sure that it's good. And then once I've done that, sterile fill the setup with all my stuff ready to go. That's all for now.